Today we're going to talk about what it means to be an emergent speller. Emergent spellers are not yet formally reading or writing, and so these students are going to be between 2 and 5 years old, or any student that isn't reading yet. The emergent stage of writing is progressive. There are 3 main stages that students will go through: early emergent, middle emergent, and late emergent. In the early emergent stage, students scribble as a means of writing. Storytelling often accompanies these basic drawings, and at this stage there are no letters in their writing. In the middle emergent stage, students use pretend writing to describe their pictures. There is still no relationship between letters and sounds, but they are making an attempt. Toward the end of the emergent stage, students began to learn the alphabet, starting with the letters in their own name. They can also hear sounds and words and begin to write the most prominent sounds in order to represent a word. After pretend reading, students begin to learn the alphabetic principle, that all letters represent sounds and we put them together in a systematic way to make words. This allows the student to begin to write simple phrases or sentences based on the sounds that they hear in that sentence. In this example of a student writing their sounds, they wrote, "I went bike riding." We see the I and the W of I went, the BI of bike, and RD for writing, and so we can see that they're writing the main sounds that they hear in that sentence. In the final stage of the emergent stage of writing, students memorize basic and repeated words such as mom, dad, and cat. They may write these words often and should be praised in order to build self-confidence in their writing. Let's review the stages of the emergent reader. In an early emergent reader and writer, they're going to be scribbling instead of writing identifiable letters. They'll often tell stories to go along with their pictures. In the middle stage, the student is able to start pretend writing or writing a simple letter over and over, or writing nonsense words to go along with their picture. As the child develops through the middle emergent stage and become the late emergent stage, they start to identify that letters have sound that go with them, and so they're able to write sentences or phrases based on the sounds that they hear in that sentence. And then finally, at the very end, they're able to write simple words that they've seen over and over, maybe like mom or cat or dad. Once the child is able to identify simple words like cat and mom, they are able to start to learn their sight words, or simple words that they recognize very easily. Books at this level will have strong picture support, carefully controlled wording that are repetitive and in patterns, have very large print with wide letter spacing, and limited text on the page. If your child is in the emergent stage, provide every opportunity for your child to write and draw, and let them tell stories to go along with their pictures. Also, expose them to the alphabet as much as possible. As emergent readers and writers show you and explain to you their illustrations, be sure to show sincere interest. That way, you keep them excited about all of their drawings and their pre-writing. Alphabet exposure will increase the likelihood that your child learns the letters quickly and provides them with a visual on how to write them and what order to write them in. When helping your child learn the alphabet, help them recognize between upper and lowercase letters, as well as the common sounds that they make. They will be able to start learning their high-frequency words or sight words, and so building those together with individual letters will be very helpful for the student. As students develop through the emergent stages, they are on their way to becoming future writers. It is important to support them in all their reading and writing efforts, and to allow them time to color, use pencils, use markers, and to see any reading material that they can. This will ensure that they move through the emergent stage very quickly. Now that the student has successfully gone through all the stages of emergent spelling, they are now ready to be formally taught how to read and write.